This is episode 35. Kind of day 3, I guess, starting again. Back on the wagon of carnivore diet. Did good today. Haven't had anything. I had coffee. I think I'm going to cut that out tomorrow. Also, well, I'm out of ghee. So I was going to buy more ghee, and then I'm reading the label of the ghee at the store, and it says, allergens milk. Which the whole point is because it's not supposed to be allergic, because I do have... So I don't know if that's just in case, or... So I don't know, I'm just going to do lard. I bought a thing of lard because it was super cheap, way cheaper than the ghee. And maybe get rid of that. I don't use it that much, but whenever I do something in a pan, I usually use ghee. So I'm going to use lard now, see how that works. And then cut out the coffee too. I got a couple of chuck eye steaks because they were pretty cheap. And I got liver. Was going to get brains, and they didn't have any. All they had was, they had liver. They had more stuff for pork, but I don't know, I'm kind of leery of pork. Not that I wouldn't make anything, just because like the way they farm them and stuff, I don't like it as much. But they had like more organs for pork, but it was just stomach and basically liver at the store, which I thought they'd have more because they pretty much got all kinds of stuff at that store. So I'm gonna go to try a butcher shop for brains. So I think I might title this today as a no-brainer because I wanted to have some. So I'm gonna have that for dinner tonight. I still have a hamburger, but I didn't get any thawed out, and it takes so long to thaw out the 4 pounds. I also found out if you over thaw it, like holding it in water, like it got kind of disgusting making them. I didn't like the last burgers I did that I set. It was kind of like real mushy, and the texture of the hamburger was kind of gross. So we got to thaw it a little slower. Today's good. Feeling pretty good. Still using my inhaler, and my nose is still stuffy. But I should note that I think my whole family, well, my mom's side, not my mom's side, my mom and my grandpa and her brother, they all have like serious sinuses. My mom's like getting her second sinus surgery. My uncle just got one. So I know, and every time I've done when I did for my blindness, I did MRIs for on my head. They said my sinuses are just completely blocked up. So my point is, hopefully this gets rid of it, but I'm sure it'll take a while. So I know it'll get rid of it because I was starting to smell and breathe fine before. So I think it just takes time. I ended up having a cold burger for breakfast this morning, which was kind of disgusting, but okay. I still ate most of it. I didn't eat the whole thing. And then the ones for lunch were good. The oven cooking them really is good. They're super juicy. So a lot of the fat is still in them. It doesn't all drain out. So I really like that way of cooking them. And I did them the other night, and I didn't do it on high heat on the skillet, so it wasn't quite that much smoke in my house. What else? I'm listening to the book on from Lierre, The Vegetarian Myth. It's really good, but she's super feminist and doesn't really sound like she likes men too much. We're all rapists, but other than that, it's great. But that's and she has a really Pollyanna Disney view of animals. But that's what's kind of cool about it is she was this super vegan, super cry if she saw an ant die kind of person, but still came to the realization that eating meat and stuff is the best way. Agriculture of grains is way more horrible for everything. So it's kind of cool. I'm I don't know, I'm almost halfway through, but a lot of good stuff in it. But yeah, she's doesn't sound like she likes men too much, but it's a good book. I highly recommend it. listened to a podcast this morning on, it's Carnivore Cast. It's not Carnicast. Damn it. Forgot his name. You know, it was episode 13. That's all I remember. I can remember that. It's episode 13 on Carnivore Cast. And it was pretty good. It was just about a guy, he's a entomologist, like he studies insects and plants, and it was his point of view of going carnivore, and he eats raw, which sounds disgusting. And I heard another guy the other day talk about it, and it's like, they're talking about palatability and stuff, like you can't eat as much. It's like, I mean, maybe you get more nutrients, but I don't, nutrients out of it that way, like, or they say you digest more, like both of them have said you don't have as much come out when you eat it, so you're obviously using more of it. So I don't know, maybe someday I'll try that. But as far as palatability, no, I don't want food to be the least, sure, I could eat, fucking dog shit that wouldn't taste good, and I wouldn't eat that much of it, but I want my food to taste good. But anyways, he had a lot of good stuff to say. He eats basically, like, I think just like hamburger and liver or something, but he eats it raw. Maybe it was steak. You did look up there's a butcher shop I'll go check out tomorrow, and it says they have grass-fed stuff, so maybe I can find some organs there. I'm looking for it, like I'm craving liver. Like it's sounding good, maybe because it's just you eat burgers, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like it's variety too. But I don't know, I want to try it. I want to try brains. I want to try kidneys. I want to try, I don't know, what else is there? Heart. I want to try heart. Anyways, the other guy to listen to today on the podcast, he had some good stuff to say about, like, how it really helped him with depression, anxiety. Like, it basically completely turned his life around. Like, he's like, could be a happy person instead of, like, not much to live for before, like, just because he was so depressed, like, and so that was really cool. Like, he talked about the mental side of it a lot. And he has no desire to ever go back to plants, because he feels so good. He's so healthy. What else? And then listening to the vegetarian myth. I really want to, like, get land and raise my own cows, goats. I would love that. Learn how to butcher them. Just like having a, like, sustainable thing that can go on forever, and you can help the environment, like she was talking a lot about, I think I talked a little bit about this in the past, but like a lot of places that are desert now, like Egypt and Iraq and some places in India and Pakistan, they used to be these, like, fertile forested grassland areas, and now they're desert, and it's because of farming. Like, they basically destroyed the land by tilling it and, taking out all the nutrients and overgrazing and basically killing it. Like, a lot of these places were, like, incredibly fertile places. I mean, they called it the Fertile Crescent, and now it's like it's sand. It's desert. And that's because of the way we farmed it, Like, that's what her book's really cool, because it really shows how agriculture has destroyed the world. Another one they talk, like, agriculture has allowed us to get to where we are today, to where, like, society, like, if we were still hunter-gatherers, we wouldn't have cars, we wouldn't have cell phones, we wouldn't have all, but some of us are better, but a lot of us aren't, and a lot of us through history definitely weren't. Like, because grains allow us to, like, feed way more people in a smaller space. But one, it's unhealthy. Like, our stature went down, our height, our nutrition, or you get all these diseases and stuff. But it also allowed for wars and militaries and all this concentrated stuff. But it said, like, even, like, Greece, like Athens, which, like, back in history was, like, the pinnacle of civilization, and modern democracy and all that stuff. 90% of the people in Athens back then were slaves. When you think about Rome and all those places, it's like, or even England and the English Empire, they did all these great things, but they also did, I mean, how many of those people were actually benefiting from that, you know? I don't know. I just like, it helped society, but it like made a lot of shitty stuff too. Like, all those people would have been probably way better off, you know, running around in the woods, hunting and picking berries, instead of, you know, like scrubbing the urine out of someone's toilet for them for nothing, you know? I don't know. I was just thinking about all that stuff. It's a cool book. I like it. And that podcast, episode 13 on the Carnivore cast, was really good. I liked it. Especially if, like, this is health issues, his mental issues, his anxiety, all that stuff is pretty impressive how it turned it around. And it is, he knew a lot about bugs and like the toxins of plants do and stuff, and that was really interesting. Okay. I think that's it for today. Thank you.